Here's an example of an old table-based layout, and really these are the two competing methods of laying out page information. Tables really is just more of a block format where you can say I want this in the upper left block, I want this in the lower left block, and here's a great idea of how that happens. And this is the Costco Computers website, and you can see how they have the page laid out. As you can see, there are links here, space, a link, member services, pharmacy. What we're looking at is the main navigation here, photo center, and then you can see where they've put in little blocks as spacers in between the content. But then also we have additional top nav information here, and it's all blocked out. Now the problem is, because it's a table-based layout, when a search engine comes to look at the page, the search engine squishes everything together and tries to look at it in a sequential format. And it looks kind of like a mess. Here's a better way of showing it. If you have a table-based layout, the search engine starts here at the upper left block. That's where the search engine starts. And then the search engine reads down. And then it goes back up to the next column and reads down. Instead of the way humans look at everything, we start in the upper left and go to the right, especially if our navigation is contained up here, and then we have other information in these blocks, and typically we have our content down towards the bottom of the page in some other blocks. So what happens is the search engine has to go through all of the information in the top columns, or in the leftmost columns, until they get to the content that's in the right columns. So the search engines are looking from top to bottom, we're looking from left to right. So how you see the page is not necessarily how the search engine is going to get through the page, and it linearizes the information, meaning it stacks all of the columns on top of each other. Now I'm not saying that tables are wrong, I'm just showing you two different methods of programming in order to assist the search engines in getting through the information of your site. Tables are still a valid layout technique, and there are ways that you can make tables validate. However, I'm just showing an alternate view of cascading style sheets and how it can affect the layout of the page and make it easier for your website to show in other devices. If your website is using a table-based layout and you go look at it in a cell phone that is web-enabled, you will see how it falls apart and how it linearizes, because a lot of the web-enabled phones will linearize the page, and you'll get a great idea of how search engines see your site by looking at it in a cell phone. CSS will naturally adapt, however, to a cell phone because it's not using tables. It's using a more strict markup language that tells items where to be. Here's the CNET page on laptops and notebooks, and we can see our main navigation across the top. We can get an idea of where that is at. We can also see that we're on the laptops page. Now when we linearize the page, we don't see all that information mushing together. In fact, what we see is content. We see the laptops information, we see laptops by price, by manufacturer, or by the specific type of laptop that we're looking to find. All the information is very easy to find. We can see related links there. And so this is why we talked about CSS has the focus of the information is on the content rather than on the programming. And we can see how the difference is and how search engines will see the programming on each of the pages. So what I would tell you is go look at your company website on your cell phone, on your web-enabled phone, and go see what it looks like. CNET will render very easily because it also creates a style sheet just for mobile.